Welcome, fellow thrill-seekers. Today we're diving into the darkest corners of Ireland, uncovering the chilling tales of its most haunted locations. From blood-soaked castles to ancient abbeys, Ireland's history is alive with restless spirits and eerie legends. Let's explore the top 15 most haunted places that are sure to send shivers down your spine. 1. Leap Castle. Deep in the heart of County Offaly stands Leap Castle, a fortress drenched in blood-soaked history and haunted by spirits that refuse to rest. Built in the late 15th century, this castle has witnessed centuries of treachery, betrayal, and violence. The most infamous tale is that of the Bloody Chapel, where during a bitter family feud, one brother murdered another, right before the altar. The echoes of this dark act linger, with many reporting shadowy figures and disembodied voices emanating from the chapel walls. But perhaps the most terrifying presence is the Elemental, a grotesque spirit said to reek of sulfur and decay, often appearing as a hunched, shadowy figure. Visitors have reported feelings of dread, an icy chill, and even being watched by unseen eyes. Leap Castle is not just a structure, it is a living, breathing nightmare, forever haunted by its sinister past. 2nd, Kilmainham Jail. In the shadowy heart of Dublin lies Kilmainham Jail, a place where the walls seem to whisper tales of despair and death. Built in 1796, this ominous prison housed some of Ireland's most infamous figures, including revolutionaries and condemned criminals. The air here is heavy with anguish, as countless prisoners met their end by execution, their lives extinguished in the stone courtyard. Many visitors claim to hear their cries still echoing in the silence. Faint sobs, distant footsteps, and even the chilling clang of cell doors slamming shut on their own. One of the most unsettling areas is the chapel, where a spirit, believed to be Joseph Plunkett, one of the 1916 Easter Rising leaders, lingers. Plunkett was married in this very chapel just hours before his execution, and his tragic love story haunts the very essence of this place. Kilmainham Jail is a monument to Ireland's turbulent past and a beacon for restless spirits unable to escape its grasp. 3rd, Loftus Hall. Perched on the windswept Hook Peninsula in County Wexford, Loftus Hall is a house shrouded in darkness and terror. This 14th century mansion is infamous for its chilling tale of a mysterious visitor who arrived during a stormy night. The family welcomed him in, but as they played a card game by the fire, the daughter, Anne Tottenham, dropped a card and bent to retrieve it. What she saw froze her blood, a pair of cloven hooves instead of feet beneath the table. The stranger vanished in a flash of fire and brimstone, leaving a hole scorched into the ceiling that remains to this day. Anne was never the same, descending into madness and isolation, her spirit said to haunt the house. Visitors often report sudden cold drafts, unexplained shadows, and whispers in empty hallways. Loftus Hall is no ordinary house. It is a gateway to the sinister, where the line between the living and the dead blurs. 4th, Hellfire Club. Perched atop the dark and windswept Montpellier Hill near Dublin, the Hellfire Club is a place steeped in sinister legend and supernatural terror. Built in the 18th century, this once grand hunting lodge became a meeting place for a secretive and notorious group known for their debauchery, rituals, and rumored satanic practices. It is said that one fateful night, a mysterious stranger joined their gathering, a man with cloven hooves hidden beneath the table. When his true form was revealed, he vanished in a burst of flames, leaving behind an aura of malevolence that is never lifted. Today, visitors report an oppressive atmosphere, the sound of ghostly screams carried on the wind, and shadows that move where no light should cast them. Stories of animal sacrifices and a black cat with glowing red eyes only add to the chilling lore. The Hellfire Club remains a cursed place, where the echoes of unspeakable deeds still haunt the crumbling ruins. 5th, Charleville Castle. Nestled in the quiet countryside of County Offaly, Charleville Castle stands as a monument to tragedy and terror. Built in the 18th century, This Gothic masterpiece is not just known for its grandeur, but for the dark presence that haunts its halls. The most chilling tale comes from the spirit of a young girl named Harriet, who is said to have died in a tragic accident at the castle. Her ghost is often seen wandering the grand staircase, her footsteps echoing through the empty halls. Visitors report hearing her soft cries and feeling a cold hand brushing their shoulders. But it's not just Harriet. The castle is plagued by other restless spirits, with paranormal activity increasing at night. Lights flicker, doors slam shut, and shadowy figures move in the corner of your eye. Charleville Castle is a place where the past lingers, forever trapped in the walls, and the spirits of the lost still roam. 6. The Cork District Lunatic Asylum, St. Kevins Asylum. Rising above the city of Cork, the decaying walls of St. Kevins Asylum seem to breathe despair. Built in 1852, this imposing structure was once home to thousands of patients, many of whom were locked away not just for illness but for being inconvenient to society. Its halls echo with the cries of those forgotten, their pain forever etched into the cold, crumbling stone. Patients were subjected to harsh treatments, and rumors of abuse and neglect ran rampant. Today, the asylum stands abandoned, its broken windows staring like hollow eyes. Visitors report hearing faint whispers and anguished wails in the dead of night, while some claim to see shadowy figures lurking in the corners of the empty wards. The air feels heavy, as if the building itself mourns the suffering it once contained. St. Kevins Asylum is not merely abandoned, it is haunted by the ghosts of a tormented past refusing to fade into silence. 7. Balgal Castle. On the rugged Antrim coast stands Balgal Castle, a picturesque fortress turned hotel, where beauty and terror intertwine. Built in the 17th century, the castle hides a tragic tale within its ancient walls. Lady Isabella Shaw, the wife of Lord James Shaw, met a cruel fate here. Locked in a tower room by her husband for failing to produce a male heir, she either fell or was pushed from the window to her death. Her restless spirit has never left. Guests and staff often report unexplained knocks on doors, cold gusts of air in warm rooms, and the fleeting figure of a woman in a flowing green dress. Some claim to feel her presence lingering by their bedsides at night. The most haunted spot is the ghost room, where Lady Isabella is said to roam, forever searching for her lost child. Balgal Castle is a place where history and sorrow have etched themselves into every stone, creating an atmosphere both enchanting and chilling. 8. Duckets Grove. In the haunting countryside of County Carlow lies Duckets Grove, a ruined mansion steeped in eerie beauty and chilling tales. Once the grand home of the Ducket family, this 19th century Gothic revival estate now stands in decay, its ivy-covered walls hiding secrets of a tragic past. Legend has it that a curse was placed upon the Duckets by a local woman who sought revenge. Soon after, misfortune befell the family, and the mansion was abandoned to time and ruin. But the curse didn't fade with the years. Visitors claim to hear faint cries and footsteps echoing through the empty halls. The most unsettling presence is that of the Banshee, a wailing spirit said to herald death. Witnesses report hearing her piercing cries at night, as if the very land is mourning. With its crumbling towers silhouetted against a gray sky, Duckets Grove feels like a place trapped between this world and the next, forever haunted by its sorrowful past. 9th, Ross Castle. Nestled on the edge of Lough Lean in Killarney, Ross Castle is a place where the living and the dead seem to coalesce. This 15th century fortress, once home to the O'Donoghue clan, is steeped in legends of betrayal, murder, and lost souls. The most chilling tale revolves around O'Donoghue's daughter, who fell in love with a man forbidden by her father. In an act of fury, O'Donoghue trapped her lover in the castle's dungeon, leaving him to starve. The anguished cries of the lover echoed through the castle's stone walls for days before he succumbed to his fate. Ever since, visitors report hearing distant cries and feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness. The castle is said to be haunted by the spirits of the lovers, forever bound to the cold stone of Ross Castle. Shadowy figures are seen pacing the battlements, while cold draughts brush past those who dare enter. It is a place where love, tragedy, and death remain entwined, a haunting reminder of a cursed past. 10. The Kers Inn. In the heart of Kilkenny, where the cobblestone streets twist and turn like the very threads of fate, stands the Kers Inn, a place where the past refuses to die. Built in the 13th century, this once bustling inn is now infamous for its association with Dame Alice Keitler, a wealthy woman accused of witchcraft. In 1324, she was charged with poisoning her husbands and practicing dark magic. Though she fled to England to escape execution, her spirit, and the curse she allegedly left behind, haunt the inn to this day. Strange occurrences are common: glasses shattering on their own, the sudden feeling of being watched, and the sound of footsteps when no one is around. Staff and visitors alike speak of hearing whispers and seeing fleeting shadows in the candlelit corners. It is said that Dame Alice's anger still lingers here, a reminder that vengeance, even in death, can never be silenced. The Kers Inn is a place where the past lives on, and the spirits of the accused are never at peace. 11. The Abbey of the Black Hag. Deep in the misty hills of Limerick stands the eerie ruins of the Abbey of the Black Hag, an ancient and forsaken site drenched in dark folklore. Built centuries ago, this abbey was once home to a group of devout nuns, but one figure in particular haunts its crumbling stones: the Black Hag. Legend tells of a nun who was consumed by jealousy and hatred, casting dark rituals that warped her into a twisted, malevolent spirit. Her power grew so great that she was believed to have turned the very earth around the abbey into a cursed place, trapping the souls of those who dared enter. Now, visitors speak of hearing unearthly whispers drifting from the shadows, of feeling the air grow heavy with an unseen presence. Cold hands have been said to brush past, and some claim to see the Black Hag herself, her glowing eyes staring through the mist. The Abbey is a place where fear seeps into the bones, and those who visit often leave with the lingering sensation that the hag is watching them, waiting. 12. The Old Kilkenny Jail. The Jail. In the heart of Kilkenny, the Old Kilkenny Jail stands as a grim monument to suffering and death. Built in the early 18th century, this notorious prison was home to countless criminals, many of whom met a brutal end. The most chilling stories come from those who were executed within its cold stone walls, their spirits said to remain trapped, tormented by their final moments. Visitors often report hearing the sound of chains dragging across the floor, the faint echoes of cries and screams that still seem to reverberate through the darkened cells. The gallows area, where many met their fate, is particularly unsettling. Some claim to feel an icy chill, as if the very air is heavy with the weight of lost souls. A shadowy figure is said to haunt the prison yard, thought to be the restless spirit of a prisoner who never received justice. The Old Kilkenny Jail is a place where the past lingers in every corner, a chilling reminder of the lives lost and the ghosts that refuse to leave. 13. Dublin Castle. At the heart of Dublin, beneath its grand exterior and storied walls, lies Dublin Castle, a place where history is steeped in dark whispers and chilling secrets. Built in the 13th century, this castle has witnessed royal intrigue, brutal betrayals, and executions that stain its stone foundations. One of the most chilling tales is that of the ghost of a former castle servant who is said to have been murdered in the dungeons. His restless spirit is believed to roam the corridors, seeking revenge. The most unsettling occurrences happen in the castle's lower levels, where eerie footsteps echo in empty hallways, and ghostly figures are seen drifting through the shadows. Visitors often report a cold, oppressive air that makes it impossible to shake the feeling of being watched. Dublin Castle, once a seat of power, is now a place where the souls of the past refuse to leave, trapped in an endless loop of sorrow and fear. 14th Street Michens Church. In the heart of Dublin, St. Michens Church stands as a chilling testament to Ireland's eerie past. With its Gothic architecture and ancient walls, this 11th century church hides a macabre secret beneath its floors. Beneath the altar lies a crypt, where the preserved remains of Dublin's wealthiest families rest in eerie stillness. But it's not just the mummified bodies that haunt this place. Visitors have reported hearing faint whispers and footsteps echoing through the crypts, even when no one is around. One of the most disturbing tales involves the body of a 400-year-old nun, her face frozen in an expression of terror. It's said that at night, her spirit roams the church, her hollow eyes staring into the souls of those who dare enter. The air in the crypt is suffocatingly cold, and some claim to feel the ghostly touch of unseen hands. St. Michens Church is more than just a place of worship. It is a portal to the supernatural where the dead refuse to rest in peace. 15. Clonan Castle. Tucked away in the quiet countryside of County Offaly, Clonan Castle stands in eerie silence, its weathered stone walls hiding a dark history of death and betrayal. Built in the 16th century, this haunted castle is said to be cursed, its towers soaked in bloodshed. Legend tells of a nobleman who was murdered by his own son in a fit of greed and ambition. The ghost of the slain father is said to haunt the castle, wandering the halls in search of revenge. Those brave enough to enter report hearing the faint sound of footsteps following them through the empty corridors, as though something, or someone, is always close behind. But the most chilling presence is the ghost of the murdered man, seen as a shadowy figure pacing the battlements at dusk. Visitors also claim to feel an unexplainable coldness, as if the very stones of Clonan Castle are imbued with the spirits of the past. It is a place where death lingers in every room, and the echoes of its dark history can never be forgotten. These places may seem like just ruins to some, but to those who dare to visit, they are a portal to the past. A past filled with ghosts, curses, and untold stories. If you enjoyed these chilling tales, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more spine-tingling adventures. Until next time, keep your lights on and your doors locked.